a friend of mine named Patrice, who now I taught this method to months before this whole COVID-19. And because he didn't do any specific training, but he was just applying some of the basics, which we'll talk about today. A specific example is utilizing your nose, utilizing one's nose. Why is that important? Well, many of us know who are experienced know this, but for those who are new, your nose is like your health guru. Your nose is able to, number one, humidify the air that you breathe in. More importantly, it's able to filter the air. So if you think about it, when you mouth breathing is very dangerous. These are some of the basic principles that Dr. Buteyko brought to the table and how it directly relates to COVID-19. Mouth breathing is almost like taking a sip of unfiltered water every second. Many of us know the importance of filtering our water. We probably wouldn't even think of drinking filtered water. But oftentimes we don't make that connection between breathing, and when we breathe, if we breathe through our mouth, it's like drinking unfiltered water. If we breathe through our nose, it's like breathing filtered air or like drinking filtered water. We know the importance of that. And so that's what the nose does. It filters the air, filters a lot of the bacteria, a lot of the viruses, a lot of the toxins. That's the way the nose has tremendous function connected to our health. And many people oftentimes don't know that. So it's important, to breathe through your nose. And that's why I say your mask, let's address one thing. Your mask, whether you wear a mask or not, it's important to breathe through your nose for the principles that Dr. Buteyko brought to the table. It conditions the air for our consumption by humidifying the air, filtering the air, and it also adjusts the temperature of your air. So that way it can be consumed into our lungs that are very delicate. Your lungs are an organ, but they're very, very, important to our health, but they're very delicate. They can be damaged very simply. But that's why breathing through your nose is so important. It humidifies, filters, adjusts the temperature. And a key component to this whole COVID-19 that many people may not be aware of, it also increases nitric oxide into our system. What is nitric oxide? Nitric oxide has been found to actually have antiviral properties. And so when we talk about protection, that's why I don't rely on a mask. Far beyond the mask, whether you wear it or not, you should be breathing through your nose. Unfortunately, what I've seen is that wearing the mask, oftentimes because it gives a person a sense of suffocation, they have a tendency to breathe through their mouth even more so. Once again, exposing themselves to more toxins, because as you breathe, there's air going around the mask, over the mask. So it's not as it's being pawned off as the number one protection. You have right underneath your nose, so to speak, something that's far more effective. But here is what Dr. Buteyko brought to the table, helping us to understand how to maximize the effectiveness of our nose by just changing our breathing pattern, changing our focus in how we breathe.